Thanks for tapping in with 95 South TV, hosted by IKONE and King Jacob, bringing you the best news and media through the efforts of the community. We interview nonprofit organizations, business owners, school teachers, spiritual leaders, and anybody who has an impact in the community that has a remarkable backstory. These professionals that we bring on this show has a story that will wow you, that will knock your socks off. And with that being said, we want you to tune in, keep it locked. We want you to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Be a dedicated listener.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Connie. And we're here on 95 South TV once again. First and foremost, want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on this great platform to have great guests and great conversation. The next, I got to introduce my right hand man, your baby mama's favorite host. You know what I'm saying? And Mr. Do It All himself, Jacob, the great King Jacob. What's going on, fam?
What's up, man? What's up, man? Happy Sunday evening to everybody, man. Hope that you had a great and productive weekend, man. And we just here for another a great interview with a person who's been in the industry for years, and he's going to surprise you with his story, man, because he has a very remarkable backstory, and we here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, let's get on right to it, man. Mr. Boy Dirty. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, player?
I'm blessed, man. God is working, man. How y'all doing, man? I'm glad to be here, baby.
Yeah, we doing great, man. I said, go ahead and get into it, Jacob, man. You know, get into
Okay,
some questions with the young man.
Boy, Derek, before we get into your backstory, man, people always want to know, when we have guests, who you are. So, who is Boy Dirty?
I'm a producer, songwriter, artist. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the game. I'm the protege of the late legendary Fresh Kid Ice and Brother Marquise of the Two Live Crew. I've been in the game producing and writing for a lot of people. I'm not now. I'm just trying to put my blueprint in, and I'm ready to get back to party music, making people have a good time, man.
Okay. So, man, me and you talked briefly when your management, got me on the line with you and whatnot, and man, you have such a remarkable story, and let's talk about how you was a military expert
Yeah.
and producing music at the same time. So, how did you balance the military and the music at the same time?
I mean, it was just it's just having faith in, so I tell a lot of people have faith in what you do. You know what I'm saying? I lost unfortunately I lost my twin girls and their mom got killed in a car accident by a drunken driver. So I was really focused. I had to find something to focus in. So that kept the glue for me to be able to work as well as to do what I love, and which is to do music and give everybody what they want, because I felt like the devil was pulling on me and tearing on me, because it was like it was one after another. I lost my girls and their mom. Then I turned around, I lost Fresh, and then I turned around, I just lost my mom on Christmas. She passed on Christmas. So it's been a lot in my life. So I feel like I had to be able to tell a story. So that's the reason why I want to make sure everybody know that I'm still here and I'm coming back with a vision. This time is personal.
Okay. So, man, how did take us back to the story on how you hooked up with Ice and Marquise.
Oh, I mean, like I said, I was always a producer and I was always a writer, dancing and stuff like that. I knew Uncle Luke first, and then I ended up meeting because my sister is Mona. She was one of the girls that danced behind Luke till one of the original Two Live Crew. Shout out to Mona and Cindy, all of them, one of the original Two Live Crew dancers. And then I ended up meeting Chris, and Chris recognized me as an artist. Shout out to my brother up in Detroit, brother Monte Cristo, the horse trainer. He was like, bro, I got to put you down with Chris. And then we locked in. We ended up being on the road together and started writing music and producing music together. And then Chris was like, he was starting his label. And he was telling me about how he had Flow Rider and all the other people like that. And I just wanted to be a part of that family. And I got blessed. And I've been with Two Live Crew, rocking with them through everything. And I was just in the background doing my thing, waiting my time. And, you know what I'm saying, I was fortunate enough to get on the last song when we brought the cultures back together. Because one time it was a beef between the South and the West Coast and all that stuff like that. But I was privileged to be the only, you know what I'm saying, new school rapper that a lot of people didn't hear about in that time, to be on the record with the Lynch Mob Fresh Kid Ice, JT Money, and myself. And then we ended up bringing the culture back. And we ended up doing a single with all of the greats and the legends. It was an album, brother. It was called Breaking Glass Ceilings. So once we did that, Chris told me to do an album, which is currently out now called Apply Pressure. We did Apply Pressure. And then Marquise, I mean, he attached to me and he was like, after Chris lost, he said, bro, we ain't going to go nowhere. We got your back. And every show, every radio I did, rest in power, Brother Marquise was there. So I said, I'm going to always keep their legacy alive. I told the family, I promised that I would never, ever let the Two Live Crew legacy go. So I always do tributes. Every concert I do, I have their pictures behind me on stage. That's a requirement for me to come to your city. You got to have a jumbotron so you can see Chris and Fresh on stage. And when I do that, I make sure people have a good time.
Okay. So man, let's kind of rewind it back because I'm very familiar with the bass music. So growing up and having cousins out there in Mount Dora, Florida, which is Central Florida, right outside of Orlando,
Yeah,
and with me first moving to Florida years ago, the first place I lived in was that St. Pete, Largo to Clearwater area, and then came on down to Fort Lauderdale and did a lot of stuff in the Miami area as well. So from an early kid, I used to get these tapes in the mail. A fella by the name of DJ Magic Mike. You know what I
yes,
mean?
sir. Yes,
And
sir.
it was DJ Magic Mike, Disco Rick, Poison Clan, just to name a few, man. And so when Florida brought that bass sound to the forefront of the music scene, which it was huge at one time. You know what I'm saying? So why do you think that bass sound, I ain't gonna say died out, but kind of like faded out when why don't you think Slip and Slide still promoted that bass sound? Because
I mean,
that's really
everybody,
what that's
yeah,
that's really what Ted started at is with the bass
yeah,
music.
yeah, for real. I mean, to me, it was really everybody was just trying to keep up with whatever genre was hot. I always tell people when you listen to the radio, five records sound the same, and it's nobody being original no more. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to it, Atlanta came out and they had their form of making you shake your behind and stuff like that. But we was the original in Florida. Bass music was the first to do it to make you party like that and have a good time. But every culture was different. At the time when bass was heavy, you had Ice Cube and NWA, they were doing their thing on the West Coast. You had Jay Z and LL Cool J up top. So every coast had their own individual. But I mean, it's gonna come back in a big way. People, you can't put a song on if your song ain't got no thump on it. It just ain't working anyway. So the bass ain't never died. It's just the way the people are afraid to get back to partying. Everybody want to change the trend, but it has made a full circle again because now as I listen to the music, they don't really do bass music, but they still twerking like they dance to the bass music. So I want to give them a reason to really twerk again.
Right. And then you had the Jam Pony Express
Yeah, yeah,
and then you even had people in Baltimore who
yeah,
had a rendition of the bass music, how they used to mix the Uncle Luke with the percolator in together. You know what I mean? So it made its way up north as well. So man, but I'm glad to see it's back. I was talking to a good friend of mine. They're planning some type of bass music conference on next year to bring all the groups back, all the old heads, which is
yeah,
so many out there, man. They're still touring overseas and everything else. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. So I'm gonna let my man Icon E jump in here, man, and Icon over to you, man.
Yeah, so man, it seemed like you definitely trying to keep that bass sound, that old school sound going with that super thick. You know what I'm saying? Cause that took me back. That took me back to the days with Luke and them. You know what I'm saying? Freak Nick and all that kind of crazy stuff. So it definitely took me back.
Yeah.
And so just tell the people, man, how important was that era? Because the thing with Luke, the people don't understand was he wasn't just the freak nasty and all that. That he actually changed the way hip hop was, the order of hip hop, by being able to fight for the rights to be able to say and do whatever you want on a music through expression. So just talk about how important that era was.
I mean, that arrow was very important. When that little sticker, I always tell people, when you see that parental advisory sticker on it, just know that Luke and Chinaman and Brother Marquise is the reason why y'all got that sticker on your album. If it wasn't for them, you would never have that. A lot of people know the history. I mean, it's so important to have that party area. I want to get back to music, feel good music. When you woke up and it be like, it's Tuesday or it's Friday, I got to go and run and go and get the album. We don't have that no more. We're relying on streams, and a lot of people don't know there ain't no money in streaming. You can do 80 streams to make $1. So a lot of these artists, we got to get back into making great music again. But that era was so important to make sure people can just feel good and party. I want to make music that people can be like, I know where I was at when I heard this. Like right now, I mean, half the music that come out now, you know what I'm saying? I love everybody what they do, but you're not going to remember in 10 to 12 years now unless they did something goofy, because everything on the internet now is about, you got to be, Dirty got to be a clown. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a clown to be successful. And I always joke with people about that, but I'm like, bro, you'll never get dirty in no dress, no makeup, to do none of that stuff to sell no records. If we ain't selling records the right way, I ain't selling the records then. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that generation is so important that people can know where you come from to know where we at right now. So it's a history, man, and I'm honored to be a part of that history. And I want to, you know what I'm saying, now it's just my time to put my blueprint in and kind of step out there to let people know that bass ain't dead, that music, that party music ain't dead. It's back, and it's back in a big way.
And I'm glad you said that, because the thing about it is, over the last several years, the Florida music has been a lot about the murder, the gangs. And you seen a lot of the artists getting murdered, from Fulio, was it
Yeah,
Fulio, to
yeah, we
all these
lost
guys
it.
getting killed left and right, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that you bring it back, that you keep that bass music alive, that feel good, because growing up, that's what we knew Florida for. Florida was to go down and party, have a good time, meet some
Yeah,
girls, you know what I'm saying, hang out, do all that, the cars, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. We wasn't, I mean, I love these supplies and, some Rick Ross music, but that's not what we grew up on loving Florida for. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying, or whatever, that gangster stuff. So I definitely believe. So how is it when you go to shows, man? When you do these shows, because when I heard the super thing, first thing I'm thinking about is we used to have those BET summer parties, like some summer concerts, or when you think about Daytona weekend and all that kind of stuff. So how is it when you go and do these shows, man? How much do that crowd go crazy?
Oh, because they love it. It's different now. When I go and think, because they used to person going up there talking about the street life and the trap and stuff, and then when I go up there, they the party days and they start hearing stuff like that, and they hear them old two live come on, they hear all the DJs. Because I believe in live. I'm not the only one that come on there with people on stage with me.
You're breaking up a
200
little bit.
people on stage. Um,
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he breaking up a lot.
freezing up. He done froze up on us.
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, come on.
Can you hear me now?
Let me see. Say something.
Can you hear me
Say
now?
something. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yo, give me that. All right. Is that better?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
like I was saying,
mhm.
yeah, like I was saying, just performing and having the opportunity to be on stage and give people that live show and that live aspect is everything to me. And I love to see the crowd go crazy, man. 'Cause when people hear the song come on and they lose their mind, I'm a party person. I want to jump out and make sure people have a good time.
Yeah. So how many times do you get the girls on the stage when you do that super thing? Do you have the little thing to grab you about a few of them out the audience and have them come on there and twerk for you a little bit?
All day.
Oh
Yeah,
shoot,
he'll come
we
back.
lost her
He'll
for
come back in.
well,
Yeah,
we
he'll come back
lost her
in.
for a second, but yeah, that era right there, man, and man, I can just picture the concerts and those situations where you get, like you say, you get the girls on the stage, you get them twerking, and what I'm saying, and who got the best twerk, maybe give them $100 or something to come out there and do a little something something. So I can just picture all of that, but man, I definitely think we need to get back to that era of music, especially in Florida, because Florida it done got so out of control with the murder music and all that and the gang music that you know what I'm saying. Like you don't even want to go down there.
Right.
Mm. Hey, okay, you back?
Devil don't want to start it, man.
Say something. But I hear
You
you
got me?
still.
You got me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Let
can
me see
hear
if
you.
it's better. All right, let me see if I can move better. Let me know if it sound better. Can you hear me better now?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you better now.
All right, bet. My bad, y'all. You already know
Yeah.
how this internet is. It's raining down
Oh
here.
yeah.
They got it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Florida. Florida, one of them places, man. It could be sunny, 1,000 degrees outside, and then a whole monsoon break out. You be like, what in the
Yeah.
world just happened? And then for 20 minutes,
Weather,
and it dry up. It be so hot, it dry up. You don't even know it rained.
yeah, the weather
Oh
bipolar.
yeah.
But I was just telling Jacob, man, the thing about it is, man, that so you know have that fun, feel good music because it got to the point where people don't even want to go down there, you know what I'm saying, and party like they used to. And that's not
Yeah,
just in Florida, but that's just across the country because I hear DJs now say that you know that it's hard that a lot of these clubs they got to shut down because the people go in the club and don't even want to party no, they don't even want to dance no more. They just go in there and stand against the wall. The girls ain't talking to the guys ain't talking to the girls, or nothing.
yeah.
You know,
That's how it is down here. Cause a lot of the girls on here harder than the dudes, man. You get like 4, 5 girls in a pack, and they dancing by themselves. You know what I'm saying? People act like they scared to get in their party. I'm from the area where girl jumping on you before you can even get on the floor good. So I just want people to party and
mm-hmm.
have a good time again. So I missed that, so I just want to bring it back. And like I told Uncle Luke, I told him, I said, you passed the torch, man. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run the gauntlet for Florida. We gonna party again, and we gonna do what we need to do forever.
Okay, okay. So tell us about this label, man. Tell us how you know or how long you had this label. What's your goal and your purpose for the label that you got?
So I started block runners because I felt like no matter where you go, somebody run their block or they run their neighborhood. So I felt like block runners entertainment would be an international label, but I just wanted to be more where the artists learn the business. In this business, a lot of our artists don't know the business of it. They just they wait for somebody to hand them something, and then hopefully they throw out a bunch of records and then they'll get famous. But I want them to show them the backside. So Block Runners Entertainment that's what I created for a label by artists for artists. I got that whole idea from China Man because when he did China Man Records, he did it for us and it was ran by us. And that's the reason why we was able to move like we did when we were on the road. And then was blessed to start working with United Music Mafia and start working with Maverick Global Distribution, and then it turned into a national distribution deal for me with Empire. So right now I'm working with a lot of great people. I got a whole media company that's here in Florida behind me, SDK Media. So it's just like we're doing a lot of stuff down here. We got a full recording studio in the market that's right behind the airport. So I just want to give back as much as possible to the to what the industry gave to me. So I just want to pay it forward.
Okay, I got one more question before I send it back to Jacob. So what kind of artists are you looking for? Like what moves you as far as signing new artists?
I mean, you got to have the talent, and you got to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody else gonna believe in you. So I'm looking for all artists, R&B, everything. Because outside of my company, Block Runners, on November 21st, my mother was very big in gospel. I'm getting ready to launch the campaign where I'm gonna bring in family members to do it because I know how people are. They got something to say because I do circular music, but I'm gonna open up a gospel label in the name of my mother, which is GSH Gospel Music Award. So I'm going to open the gospel label back up, and I'm doing that on her birthday. It's a lot of big things. I'm dropping my album on her birthday, so everything gonna happen in November. So it's like the album is titled after her. It's Glory Jean's son. So and then I'm going to drop the gospel label. So I want it's all artists. I don't care if you rock and roll, your country. I don't care. It's music is music. I want feel good music, and I want the artists to know the business. So that's where we at
Okay.
right now.
Okay, enough said. Cause we got some artists to send to you. I'm gonna have Jacob send you. We got a bunch of artists up here in Atlanta, and well, I'm gonna have Jacob send them to you and see what we can work. But go ahead,
Ten
go ahead,
four.
go ahead, Jake.
So so now you down there in some of my stumping grounds, man. You know, we talking about the Largo, Clearwater. We talking about Tampa. You know, I used to run them streets all the time in Ybor City, and met a lot of promoters out there in Ybor City. So with the scene being so hot once upon a time out there, is it still as hot as it was?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hot, but it's hot for different reasons. But it's still hot. It's hot for different
Okay.
reasons, but it's not like musically. I'm trying to what I'm trying to do, brother. Seriously, on this album, I'm trying to reach out to the younger generation, our generation, and make this time music. You want to get making time music. I want people to enjoy, to get together. I want us all to get together because right now, if you ain't with this clique, they not playing you. If you're not with that clique, they're not playing you. So I'm trying to break that barrier of just put all this clique stuff down and let's get back to partying. Cause when you go to a show, now I joke a lot, but I be dead serious. When I go to a show and I perform with anybody, I don't care who you is. I wear T-shirts on purpose that say I'm here for your fans. So that means you better be ready. If you come with your show, rapping on top of your music, and the crowd looking at you crazy, they gonna let you know because I'm coming live. I'm the artist that rehearses before I come. I still run. I make my dancers run. It's like a boot camp for me. I bring all the military aspect into entertainment. So that's what I'm trying to do right now is bring that fun back though.
Okay. And so with that being said, you're actually on tour now, right?
Yes, sir. Right now, yeah. My next stop is Philly, and then I leave Philly. I do New York. Then I come to ATL. I be at ATL. I think on the 31st, and then I leave ATL, and then I come to Miami.
You come to ATL July 31st.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me know. Or let Jake know. I know I'll be home off the road myself around that date. Where you know what spot you gonna be at?
I think it's the Atrium out there by Stone Mountain,
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, that's where the pool
Yeah,
used to be at. They had that big old pool upstairs. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
yeah.
you
'Cause
know they
I
still
went
do
there.
stuff in the atrium.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
just performed there maybe about 4 months ago with the Goody Mob. Me and Cujo, we was just there. We performed at the atrium. It was nice. We went there with Maverick. It was me, Cujo, and the East Side Boys, Big Sam there. So it was
Yeah,
real
yeah, we
nice.
know. Yeah. Yeah, we interviewed Big Sam about 2 years ago. I done know Big Sam for years because he used to do a lot of stuff with Universal. So I done know
Yeah.
Big Sam for some years, and one of my good friends is he part of the Dungeon family. He actually wrote Waterfalls. Got a guy named
Okay.
Marquez. He wrote Waterfall years ago. But yeah, I know I'm familiar with a lot of the Dungeon family. I used to one of my best friends. He used to cut Rico's hair. Rico was his regular customer in Atlanta. So
Okay.
I knew Rico pretty well, you know.
For sure. For
So
sure.
but go
Yeah.
ahead, Jake. Go ahead, Jake.
You good? You good? So, man, when it comes to you signing an artist, man, what are what what are those negotiation conversations would be like with the artists? Because, like you said, a lot of artists don't understand the business or know the business. Um, how do you feel like you can take an artist from where they're at now to to the next stratosphere, the next level?
So what I do, what I do, not to give too much jewels, but what I do with a lot of artists is I try to make sure that they're branded the right way first, and then they know that their craft and their music is where they want to be first. As far as meaning, the sound is there, the look is there, because artists got to know that these are long days on the road. It's gonna be sometimes you're going away from your family. You got to know how to interview. You got to know how to do these DJ drops. And every artist, my first question to an artist is, who's the most important person in the industry? and they have to tell me the right answer. If they don't tell me, I don't never sign because it's me. And I'm gonna see how many people remember after they watch this show. For me, the most important person is the DJ. If you don't know that, then you don't need to be in the industry. Period. Because
I'm
I
not
can cook up all the I can cook up all the work all day. The DJ is the one who serves it to the people. So if you don't know the person in the game, you don't need to be in the game, man. I don't even waste my time on an artist if they can't tell me that answer.
yeah, man. The DJ is the most pivotal part of that chessboard when in the music industry. And
Yeah,
it seems like I don't know if the internet has really put some crazy mess in these artists' mind, man. But when I first entered the music industry, I connected. I was on that management side, but I made sure that I had a personal relationship with all the DJs. You
yeah,
know, because the DJs is the ones that break records, man. And so if you don't have nobody breaking your records, what are you making music for? You know what I mean? The music just sitting still. So the DJs is the most important, man. And the second thing that I think is the most important is understanding who your audience is.
yeah.
Understanding who
Absolutely.
your audience is. You should understand that you're no longer a regular human being, that you are a brand now. And so once you understand that you're a brand, then you have to discover who is my target market audience. And so
Yeah,
once you discover who's your target market audience, then you know how to market yourself within those lanes. Whether you might have a song that people don't like in the South, but people may love it in the Midwest, or you might have a song that people don't like up north, but they may love it on the West Coast. So you have to build those relationship with those DJs on the West Coast, on the Midwest, down south, and up north, man. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because what's interesting that people don't understand, people up north, people in the Midwest, and people out west have always wanted to do tracks with Southern artists. Always,
yeah,
always, man, always, man. You got some of the most most high end tracks that's forever living right now, man. When you talk about people, we all know that the South love live percussion instruments. You know what I mean? And that 808 sound from the South is something that people up north never, no producer up north could ever get that 808 sound
yeah,
that the down south have. And then those drum patterns that came from the bass music down in Miami, nobody has ever been able to manipulate that either. So, music is such a universal language. But I ask artists this all the time: do you understand the universal language of music? And most of them look at me with a blank, so they have no idea what I'm talking about. So if an artist don't understand the universal language of music, then they don't understand themselves as an artist. I come back to you.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this dirty. Don't be too hard on these artists because first of all, most of them been educated wrong. Because
yeah,
these young artists think social media is what makes everything go. And from what I'm
yeah,
hearing from you, I'm hoping I'm correct in this, is that you're not so caught up on the analytics and the social media that you about the talent. And that's what me
yeah,
and Jacob talk about all the time. Let's get back to the talent because we got
yeah,
so many. That's why we saturated with all this bull jive because we got all this music out here and we don't really
yeah,
have talent. We just got a bunch of music. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And not know somebody sustainable that can carry on a record after record after record. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody asking nobody to be Michael Jackson, but we dang sure ain't asking you to be doggone a one hit wonder. You know what I'm saying? Either.
yeah.
So you got to fall somewhere in the middle. So that sound like to me that's what you own. So am
Yeah.
I correct in saying that, sir?
Absolutely, you're very correct. And I'm definitely about the talent. I don't get into a lot of the social media hype because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of these artists are buying them numbers. And you know what I'm saying? And the proof is in the pudding. When they book a show, they got 1 million followers, but 6 people show up to the show. that tells me a lot anyway. So I don't pay attention to it. And I always tell people, like, the industry ain't like what it used to be. We got literally your A&Rs are 19 to 25. They don't know the culture. They only know what they hear. So the big record execs, they don't made they checks. So they looking for us to be right now. I tell a lot of artists to be careful because this industry is about clones. It's not about being a regular artist anymore, about knowing your craft. They want to have 5 little babies. They want to have 5 Plies. They want to have 5 Rick Ross. They don't want to have nobody new. So when somebody come in and push the envelope, like you're going to forever remember Ludacris. You're going to forever remember LL Cool J. You're going to forever remember NWA because they stood out. And that's what I want to do for myself. I want to stand out because a lot of people say, well, your name, well, Boi Durty. Well, Durty stands for don't underestimate real talent you hurt. I'm trying to let them know you can't underestimate because I'll do everything to make sure people have a good time. So talent is number one. And long as the artist, you know, if you believe in yourself, because ain't nobody else gonna believe in you the way you believe in yourself, then I'm gonna rock with you. I'm gonna give you everything I got because that's what Two Live Crew and Chris and Luke and all of the legends I work with, Brother Marquise, Prince Raheem, Devastator. Rest in power to my brother Total Chaos. All of these guys are art-based music. JC Money, they taught me how to give back to your community. So I want to be that artist that already give back from the beginning. I don't want to wait till I sell 1 million records. Like even on August 9th, I've been doing this for 5 years. I do a Thanksgiving drive that I do in November in my mama name that we feed the homeless. This year on the 9th, we giving out 1,000 book bags for the kids to take them back to school. So I'm trying to be in the community. I'm not trying to just talk it. I'm trying to live it.
Okay. Now talk about how, because you on tour. So talk about how, you know, these promoters, because the one thing about another reason why is the discouragement with these youth now that's doing music, these young people, is because back when when I moved to Atlanta in '08, between about '08 and about 13, 14, the showcase, open mic, whatever you want to call it, scene was on fire. And it was people would come from all over the country. I don't know if you was in it like that, but you could come from people come from all over the country to go to an open mic or a showcase in Atlanta. But then you got so many janky promoters that sold false dreams and fake dreams to these artists that a lot of them don't even want to leave out the house to go to these showcases. So talk about the business of just understanding when you get with a promoter, or you know what I'm saying, and the importance of just maybe doing your own thing and putting together your own events.
It's very important that when you're doing business with somebody, you got to know their background. Like even with me, like I do something with a promoter, my team checks that team. And I want that promoter to check my team because even when I come to a city, like I'm from there, well, you are not gonna book. I give you an all-in price, and wherever I'm at, I'm a book where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now. I want to give people everything that they want to. A lot of these promoters, they'll go and like down here. I don't know about nowhere else. I don't seen it happen before. They'll book you, get you in their city, and they'll take your money from you. Then they'll send you back with nothing. So you just got to be on your game. You got to be on your P's and Q's. And like I said, this business is about just relationships, having good relationships with people. And that's all I'm about. As long as I make good relationships, I want to keep my face clean because I tell artists, keep your face clean in this industry. I don't care, like, whoever your enemy ain't my enemy. Until, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make good music and make people have a good time. You know, so just keep your face clean and watch those promoters, man. And then you have some good people, but then we in the era of this economy, thanks to certain people in the government, this economy ain't what it used to be. So now, you know what I'm saying? I'm living proof because I worked under this person You know what I'm saying? I just retired, so I worked under this person, so I know what it's like to see this amount of money on this time on your LES, and then now you got nothing. So people just you got to watch everything you do. So everybody trying to get money, everybody trying to scam, everybody trying to hurt people. So you know what I'm saying, you just got to be careful and know the people that you work with. And when I come there, you know what I'm saying, I always tell people, I say, hey, I'll come. I ain't leaving the hotel. It's everything good, but I'll come. Then we can go and party. I'm gonna give you what you want every time.
Yeah. Yeah, so talk about this for a second. I'm gonna shoot it after Jacob back after this one. So I seen what's the artist from New York that did the real I forgot the name of the artist, it's slipping my mind. But anyway, uh he was on an interview and he was talking about how these promoters that came to him and wanted to promote a show, Bobby Smurda. So he was
Yeah,
doing a show, they tried to book him and to do like a tour. But he kept telling them they didn't know what they was doing because they wasn't selling the tickets right, they wasn't promoting it right, they wasn't marketing it right. So they eventually had to like stop it and they tried to pick it back up. And he said, "No, I'm good because I told y'all I didn't really feel like y'all knew what y'all was doing when it came to this. And y'all want me, it's up to y'all to sell the show. It's not me to it's not my responsibility to sell this to us,
yeah.
y'all's responsibility." So have you ever had that encounter where you had a promoter trying to book a tour or some shows with you, and you kind of had to come to him and say, "Nah, this not gonna work out because I can see that this gonna go south real quick." No pun intended.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. Before the current tour that I'm on right now, I just went through that. You know what I'm saying? I think they sent the contracts, everything. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. We're gonna give you money. We're gonna give you this. We're gonna have you straight. Then I get to the arena. They got us. You know what I'm saying? Sitting outside trying to figure out where the hotel room gonna be because they don't know where the hotel room gonna be at. Or we got. But I'm still like, if I see the people out there and the people came to see me, I'm still gonna perform for the people. But you're not getting no more shows from me until you figure out your thing. Because I literally went all the way out of my way to go somewhere, get down to the arena. You didn't have all the money. You had the hotel. You didn't know where we was gonna sleep at. You didn't have a dressing room for us to properly change. We didn't have no rest. It's like we drove there, we got there, then we had to jump on stage. So when that happened, I heard the promoter tell my assistant and was like, "Yeah, man, Dirty acting like a diva." I said, "I ain't acting like no diva because you want me to change outside in front of the people. That's not gonna happen.
Mm.
So you want me to change outside and you call me a diva, then I guess I'm a diva because I'm not finna change outside in front of the people and stuff like that." So, I had, he said, "Well, I paid for these amount of shows." I said, well, until you figure out what you're gonna do, I'm not doing none of those shows. You have nothing right. So I pulled out of that tour, but God always have a plan for something. He'll pull you out of one, and now he put me on this one here, and this is like, it's been blessing after blessing. I mean, shout out to Say the Star with Soul 106. She started me. The first question she said, "Dirty, how come people don't know you in Chicago?" And we just talking and wrapping it up. And next thing I know, I'm doing every radio station in Chicago. Everything. She had me on everything. And I was just like, that was love and introducing the South and my music and my sound to Chicago was big, and to see the response. Like, people are missing that. They missing that party vibe. They want to party again. They just don't have no outlet for or an artist that's not afraid to do it. And like I told them on those interviews, you do now. And I'm here and I'm gonna make sure y'all party until there ain't no more breath.
All right, go ahead, Jacob.
Well, man, all I can say, man, is it's a blessing that you back out here on this circuit, man, and it's a blessing that you started the block runners, and it's gonna be even more a blessing where artists can say, man, Boy Dirty did me right, man. I'm a millionaire because of Boy Dirty. You know what I mean? And a lot of times in this industry, man, it's so saturated with so many creeps that's really taking advantage of people, man. And just to hear you talk about, the book bag drive, doing stuff for the community on on Thanksgiving weekend, man, and just you getting back in the community because I tell people if you for your community be for you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And so being a part of that that education, that community development, and a person who gonna stand up for what's right, man, and just using your platform of music to engage with the youth to show them that, hey, man, you're looking at somebody that's a retired veteran and was making music at the same time I was serving the country. And so that's a remarkable story in itself, man. And so
yeah,
I just want to say salute to you, man. And I look forward to seeing you, to seeing where this music things takes you, along with seeing you in some movies and along with seeing
yeah,
you doing some public speaking. Cause I know you have so many stories about what you
yeah,
encountered in the military and how the military helped you be disciplined as a man.
yes,
And so that's something that you can teach to youth. You know what I mean? So man, I
yes, sir.
definitely appreciate you, man. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so man, I appreciate you coming on tonight, man. If you got any like anything you want to tell people about the tour dates, the
Yeah,
social media, anything like that you want to put out there to let the people know what you got going on or
yeah,
whatever. And then I like to always say this to anybody, and I say this from the heart. If you need us for anything from the media side, the promotion, with your artists, your music, whatever the case may be, whatever we can do to support whatever you got going on or whatever. I know my man Jacob always he loved to be in that A&R business. So you know what I mean. And like I said, I got some young gunners behind me that that's hungry. So whatever you need, man, just holler at us and let us know.
yeah,
But whatever
yeah.
information you want to put out there, let us know what's up.
Man,
So I'm gonna
Dirty,
tell y'all right now.
I'm the best
What's
A&R in the
that?
nation.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this. It's simple. I'm not like everybody else. Y'all said the magic word. Let's work. That's all I'm about. Let's go in. Let's get these artists going. Let's go out here and make this thing happen. I'm always looking for great AR, and I'm looking for a person that got the ear for the music. So let's work. I mean, that's enough said. We ain't even got to talk about it. We could be about work. But on that note, I am B Dirty on all of your social media platforms. That's I am BDURTY. I mean, if you ain't follow me now, man. Or you could just Google Boi Durty or go to blockrunnersentertainment.com and you can get all the information and more. Or you can go to United Music Mafia. I mean, it's everywhere, man. So make sure I tell all the young artists and all the artists coming, man, holla at Icon, holla at Jake, and tell them, hey, man, we trying to rock with the block. And then I'm going to make sure we get what we need to do for you. I'm out here on the road now trying to eat now so I can open them doors. All I need y'all to do is come help me take the hinges off of it.
No
Yes,
doubt,
sir.
no doubt, no doubt. Well, I appreciate you, fam, man. You have a blessed and wonderful night, man. And I know you're gonna rock it. Your next show. I can hear the energy behind you or whatever in your heart and in your mind and your soul. I hear it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It was a great interview, and so hope to have you back soon. And what I'm saying, like you said, nothing else need to be said. Let's work.
let's work. Salute, man. I see y'all.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Brown skin girl, and she knew I was out to